Hello, welcome, and thank you for watching this video. My name is Can. I'm part of the Open Mapping Hub Asia Pacific in collaboration with the Humanitarian OpenStreetMap Team. And I'm today want to walk you through how you can contribute to import and include the collapsed building information in OpenStreetMap. So there was a major earthquake, a series of earthquakes happened on 6th of February the southern part of Turkey, affecting both Turkey and Syria. With the global and local OpenStreetMap communities, we've been doing our best to complete the map data within this area. And thank you again for offering your support. I'm assuming that by watching this video, you are also curious about how you can contribute to the map. Let me quickly share my screen for that. So as part of the mapping activation efforts, we have set the task that you are able to see in the screen. It's a task on Maproulette, and the data that we are interested in editing in OpenStreetMap is the information on collapsed buildings. So there have been a couple of sources, open or closed imagery sources that have been distributed, and the data is created and verified by using available data and available imagery by experts in Turkey. So the data that you have seen, all of the tasks that you have seen are confirmed collapsed buildings. You might also notice that the satellite imagery is not very complete, so I will also walk you through how you can contribute to this task. So you can find this task in Maproulette if you just search for building damage Turkey. As you can see, it is also featured and very popular challenge right now. So you most probably will be able to find that also on the landing page of Maproulette. And if you already have an OpenStreetMap account, that is all we need to start contributing to these efforts. So if you zoom in, as you can see, these are the available imagery sets that have been shared mainly by Maxar as part of the Open Data program. So as you can see, you will be able to identify the buildings and the data and buildings that are collapsed there. For some places, the imagery is not yet available, but through other sources, the community and then the experts were able to identify the collapsed buildings as well. So even if it is not visible to you on this task, please make sure that and be assured that they are verified collapsed buildings. So I'm going to first start with one example, with one part of data that is where we have available imagery. And I strongly encourage you also to read the instructions. The instructions are set as detailed as possible to help you properly transfer and have this data, confirm and validate this data in OpenStreetMap. So let me go ahead and select this task. So again, this building is verified as a collapsed building. You might see that the roof is still intact, but as you can see, the rubble around the building, this is damaged and collapsed beyond use. So even if you see the roofs of the building, please don't assume that the building is not damaged. As I said, again, this is verified data, and we are trying to map that information and include that information, make that information available within OpenStreetMap as well. So what you can do is you can clearly see which building is the damaged building there. So if you just go and click edit, a new window will be opened in OpenStreetMap. And show you that building. So if that building is not already included and digitized on the map, what I'm suggesting is that from the background settings there, change your background settings to preferably Maxar Premium Imagery there. And by using Maxar Premium Imagery, you might see the state of the building before the earthquake. As I said, these are a little bit out of date images belonging to times before that earthquake, so you can see the building intact on this imagery. So please just go on and try your best to adjust the building information. If it is not properly digitized, please make sure that you are properly first aligning and mapping this building on the OpenStreetMap. So I'm just tracing the geometry by looking at the roof, and I'm also moving the data so that it is fitting and it is coinciding to the base of the building. So this is, as you can see, the building data that is digitized on OpenStreetMap. I'm going back to my custom imagery, or I don't need to go back to the custom imagery. It might not load if you are in very high zoom levels. If you don't see any image, please just zoom out a little bit. So when you zoom out, you will see that the post-earthquake image will become available again. It doesn't work on very high zoom levels. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the instructions. In the instructions, we have a certain set of tags that we are using. So I'm just going ahead and copying those tags. Going back to my OpenStreetMap editor, and you will see you will see your page, your left panel like that. So in the left panel, you can just collapse the fields, close the fields part, and you're going to see a tags panel below. So in the tags panel below, what you can do is you can just click on this so that instead of a menu version, you would have a text version of the tags that you are going to use. So what I'm going is just going ahead and changing the tags according to the information that is provided. So I'm marking this building as collapsed. I'm just adding information about the event, the time of the damage, the type of the damage, and also which image resources were used in order to create that information. Also sharing that source is quite important in that. So if you just turn back to the tags part, you will see that the tags that you have copied are already associated with the building. So what I'm going is, next is I'm just going to save and upload those changes to OpenStreetMap. Please keep the hashtags intact, and after the hashtags, you might just add a comment if you like, saying that added info and I click upload. All my changes are saved and uploaded to OpenStreetMap. When I do that, I can close the OpenStreetMap editor. I can go back to the challenge, and I can say that I fixed it. Yes, right now I have a new object, new challenge, which is out of the available imagery. In that case, again, please do not say not an issue or skip. This is still an issue. Remember, this is still verified damage information, so we still need you to reflect that information in OpenStreetMap. So even in that case, please just go ahead and click edit. Again, we are going to, again, the OpenStreetMap imagery is going to be opened. In order to identify, what we can do is you can just select a different background there. So you can select Maxar Premium if you like, or if sometimes it might be slow to load, so feel free to also look at other imagery as well, so that you will be able to see which building is the point of interest, which building is the one that we are looking for. So I'm going back to OpenStreetMap again. Again, I don't have a post image background imagery, so I can use the same imagery. So which imagery that you have used, it might be Bing, it might be Maxar Premium, but you said that you can see that the building is there. I'm just again looking for identifying the same building. So when I'm comparing, I'm seeing that it is this building that has damage from the earthquake, collapse from the earthquake. So please just go ahead and copy and paste the tags to use there. Again, I'm saying even if you don't see the building has collapsed, this is verified data coming from the field or the available image resources that people have manually processed and extracted data from. So again, when I just add these tags, you need to again go and add the info on a collapsed building and upload. So some other OpenStreetMap users, some other contributor might also already fix this, or you might see these tags already available there. In this case, again, I'm going to and saying that I fixed this issue and submit. It is giving me a new area and new image. So please use the challenge default if you have to see if there is available imagery or not. If not, feel free to switch to different imagery. But here in this example, you are seeing that all of the buildings are collapsed within this area. So again, I am going to go ahead and tag all of these buildings individually as collapsed buildings. You might sometimes see that it already edited by some other user. Please don't use not an issue in this project, but use that already fixed by someone else, but only if those tags are already there. So I'm again, in order to demonstrate when we have multiple buildings, I'm going to click edit. I'm going to have them open in OpenStreetMap. So again, I'm just looking for custom imagery, but I don't have a custom imagery right now. So I am going to digitize those buildings. If there is geometric inaccuracies, such as this one. So as you can see, both roof and the side of the buildings were mapped. So I'm just adjusting the geometry by looking at the roof and moving to fit the footprint of the building. And because this is how buildings should be represented, the geometry of the building, but the geometry of the building must be fitted to the footprint of the building where the building is touching the ground. So as far as I can understand, both of these, all four of these buildings are collapsed. So what I'm going to do is that, okay, so as I see that these are already digitized. So I'm checking if they are proper. So yeah, so this is just building. This is the default building tag. It doesn't have buildings collapsed. So what I suggest is that replace the tags that are already there with the project tags, which are more up to date and represented damage in a standard way. So again, I have added for buildings. So I'm uploading that information to OpenStreetMap as well. So one by one, area by area, task by task, you are going to help us identify the collapsed buildings that are represented in this data sets. And I'm clicking, I fixed it. So whenever you feel like you are done, whenever you feel like you are tired, you can just, after submitting the task, you can just close working on that. And thank you for your contribution on that. So I want to also say that as the new information, as the new data will be received on collapsed buildings or damage status of the buildings, we will be doing our best to update those tasks. So if new information is coming, if new data is being produced, we are going to also add these data sets to the tasks that are available there. So please regularly check for updates. Even if the project is finished, we might also still have some new tasks that we would require to be represented in the map. So I strongly encourage you to check the status of the tasks frequently. So thank you very much. Just please don't hesitate to get in touch with members and members of the both global and the Turkish OpenStreetMap community wherever you can. We will do our best to help you out. You are going to be able to find the links for the tasks, for the challenges, and also how you can get in touch in the description part of that video. So thanks for your watching and thanks for your contribution. It is greatly appreciated by the Turkish community.